saying, tune in to 400 Years, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m.
I am the melanin man. Look at me and you'll understand. I am the melanin man. I come from the melanin land. I absorb the light. I am the darkness in your night. The way I dance, you see, it's just the melanin in me. The things that I think and feel is the things they try to steal.
Jaja see them a come, but I conqueror. Jaja see them a come, but I conqueror. I'm not afraid. I've got to tell you, I've got to tell you.
Classic culture from the 2/7 Clash album, Jaja See Them A Come. And before that, Poor People Hungry from the Humble African album, a combination style Joseph Hill with Tony Rebel. And it's a great honor today to be joined in the studio by Mr. Joseph Hill, Culture. And he's here to perform with his band tonight at the Royal Grove. And it's a rare treat indeed to get an artist, reggae artist in Lincoln on a Saturday so we can have them in the studio. So I give thanks to have you here today.
Greetings. Thank you too.
Yeah. First thing I guess we should touch on, you had a heap of albums come out last year, 3 albums in 1 year.
Mm-hmm. I can't keep still.
How did that come together, though? Just timing beyond?
Well, it's quite easy for me to tell you how. Just keep working.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're there.
Fair enough.
It's like some little lesson that I've learned from the Squirrels. Keep storing over the summer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When winter comes around, you're not a beggar.
This is true. This is true. I asked you a moment ago to pick a track, a recent track, if there was one you wanted to play, and you picked Homegrown from Humble African. This is a track that Chinna did, I believe, originally.
Yeah.
A great song. Tell me about why you chose to record that.
Well, to me, Homegrown happens to be one of the world's problem, which really should not be a problem. Because, see, there are worse things happening in the world than what our little Homegrown is doing.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Because whiskey get past, looking at whiskey and, let's say, alcoholic beverages, then
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it cause train to crash.
Cars.
And in some instances, you search the whole line, it caused plane to crash. And you can't put a computer to count the many billion cars globally that's crash. You can't count the many trillion break-up families.
Mm-hmm.
And to count, I can't name this part of it, numbers of unhappy children
Mm-hmm.
which suffer as a result of alcoholic beverage.
True.
Now, I've been using marijuana from the days of my youth, drinking tea, running off to school, and everything just like a bit of mint or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had a problem. Okay. One developed country I would bring on the table, which is the Dutch, of course, Holland.
Right.
And you go to Holland, there isn't a beggar on the street I haven't seen much minor or street people and as such. They may be there in the days, but you walk late at night, they are all host. You see what I mean?
Understood.
Even to live on a boat in the canals, that's their happy way of living. Yet, I have never seen a stupid person, a stupid looking person, walking the streets of Holland, eating from the garbage and all them things. And yet, homegrown is legal in Holland.
Right.
They are not suffering from any infectious diseases that is strange, which no other part of the world have ever seen yet. So
this has been an important part of the music of culture from the beginning.
yeah, I'm just trying to say here, to each his own. So I have seen no form of democracy fighting against marijuana. No. There is dictatorship to the better. 60% of the world, for about 60% of the world right now, use marijuana in some way or the other. Then, another important factor about marijuana. The president wrote even laws in times of old. American president I'm talking about, which can be proven. On hemp paper.
Right.
Hemp used to make ropes to sail ship from place to place, make sails and all them type of things. Okay, so then, let us say, instead of using the fleetwood, the redwood, the pine, when they are
Non-renewable.
non-renewable, and we have to use them also in premature states to produce the amount of paper that we consume. Because, see, as in this time which it is the time of computer now takes over, which we are going to use a lot more paper for our rough work column and our printouts. So let us think about 50 years more down the road, destroying just the hemp and and these valuable wood that we need the lumber at the same time to make all these window frame that I'm seeing all over the place, all over the globe of America. Then you tell me something. If we as a nation consider to keep destroying that, the next 50 years, where will we live? Out in the cold? You kill the lumber which is to make the house. And the little shrub that could contribute to the making of paper, you fight against it with the law and put it out of existence. So then, that's not the only quality about it. Where will this oil come from? Where will this extra amount of oil come from? At the speed of growth of the generation globally, where will this electricity and this power come from? Aren't they planning to get some from marijuana? Watch your step.
The Rastaman speaking about herb right here on 400 Years Today, and it's been a part of culture's music from way back, and we'll maybe dip back into the past and listen to some songs on this topic, and we'll be back very shortly to talk to Mr. Joseph Hill of Culture performing tonight here in Lincoln. This is Homegrown from the Humble African CD.
This one is for all Muzungu, Bandijila, the herb all over the earth.
Just behold the land where we belong. Let us behold the land where we
Sounds from Studio One. That's Joseph Hill, Culture, recorded at Studio One. It's his first track, and maybe you could tell people a little bit about that cut from the College of Reggae Music.
Yeah, of course, that brings back a whole lot of memories with a whole lot of brothers from them time. Brothers like Scatterlights, Supersonic, same.
Tommy
crew.
McCook, yeah.
Soul Defenders, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Leroy Sibley's, Bagger, and a whole...
Most of the musicians...
Brother Morris, which was our engineer at them time. Larry Marshall, you know, Sister Enid,
Jackie Matu.
Jackie Metu, and even Mr. Dad himself. We give thanks for that man because, you know, he was such an inspirer, which many people surpass their place when not giving gratitude to what he did to hoist the flag of music in those times.
Yeah.
But over and over again, I gotta say, thanks for our coxswains.
Yeah, the sound of Rocksteady was never sweeter.
Thanks for the whole house, the whole event, the whole happenings, the whole learning, the whole teaching, and the whole activity and all.
And at Studio One, I only know of that track that you voiced, but you also did percussion and were in session.
Yeah, man, many sessions. Yeah.
How far does that track predate your first 2/7 clash, the Joe Gibbs time?
Well, from my corner, I think it opened my eyes to what was to come. All unknown to my knowledge in those times. So then you could stuff it all in the bag and call it a part of the process of learning.
Yeah, that's what a lot of artists have said about the experience for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Horace Andy or Burning Spear or Heptones. Everyone who passed through there, it was a crucial thing for their process.
Yeah.
And so many went on to...
But I didn't